Haunted schools. How exciting. What better way to make such a boring place way more interesting than to introduce a ghost or two? Today we'll be looking at 5 of the most haunted schools ever. Number 5. Ohio University, and in particular Wilson Hall, is apparently so haunted that Fox deemed it worthy of an episode of Scariest Places on Earth. 5 graveyards make up a pentagram, with the hall in the center, so it's no wonder that weird occurrences have been reported there. After a student died in room 428 during the 70s, there were a spat of reports claiming ghostly goings-on in and around the room. It is said that another student also met their end in room 428. They had been messing around with witchcraft. After this, the room was shut down and no one has used it since. This isn't the only scary room on campus. In another, a student called Laura plunged to her death. The really weird thing is that the song by Bob Marley titled Laura will not play in the room that the unfortunate Laura fell from. Number 4. Gettysburg College played host to a signal station and field hospital during the Battle of Gettysburg, and the college's Pennsylvania Hall is said to still hold some of the spirits of wounded soldiers and medics who had to perform gruesome wartime surgeries, such as emergency amputations. There have been a variety of reports from students, but one stands out in particular. Dubbed the Lone Sentinel, he stands on the roof of the hall in his soldier's uniform with his gun in hand. In another particularly creepy tale, school administrators are convinced that they entered a ghostly hospital when they traveled to the basement of the hall in the night. As the doors opened, they saw the old hospital in all its bloody glory. All was deathly silent though. As a doctor came towards them, the administrators quickly closed the lift doors and traveled upwards. Just to check that it wasn't the students messing around, they returned to the basement. When the doors opened, this time all they saw was the basement. Number 3. Rather than fear their spooky heritage, staff and pupils at Cathedral High School in Los Angeles are proud of it and even celebrate it. The school shares its ground with the old Calvary Cemetery. In fact, it's built right on top of the graves. The school football field is surrounded by them, in fact. As gravestones have been removed due to building work over the years, they have been proudly displayed around the pitch. That's not the only way the school embraces its spooky foundations. The mascot also celebrates the ghostly, with the phantoms chosen to represent the school and the heritage of the land it stands on. The maintenance workers don't join the staff and students in their attitude towards the ghostly grounds though. There have been reports of ghostly noises and presence, and claims that the building is full of spooky cold spots. Number 2. The goings-on in New Hampshire's Epsom Red Schoolhouse are a true mystery hinted at by extensive supernatural occurrences that are said to haunt the school. So the story goes, 12 children attended Epsom Red. They were there to be educated, but that's not all that was apparently going on there. It's said that they were horribly abused by the teacher whilst they were there, culminating in him murdering all 12 to protect his secret. There's no evidence to back up the story, but a number of investigators into the paranormal have reported spooky activity in the building. They say they have recorded 3 types of electronic voice phenomenon, and photos show numerous orbs. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, just the thought of what went on there is truly disturbing. Number 1. The ghostly activity of Pocatello High School in Idaho was caught on camera. Whilst the students were absent during the holidays, security cameras recorded the empty corridors. The surprise came when a ghostly presence was seen coming out of a door and along the corridor. Apparently affected by what seems to be a ghost, the lights start flickering on and off, and the camera screens acted very strangely. The spectral happenings didn't stop once the holidays were over, and there were reports of weird noises and whispering around the building. The auditorium seemed permanently affected, and some people wouldn't be left in there alone, for fear of a shadowy presence hanging in the air. The spooky feelings were so predominant that an investigation was made. It turned out that the building had been the place where 6 people had met their end. There had even been a fire in 1914. It wasn't rebuilt until 4 years later. Thanks for watching. For more videos, please subscribe.